Hey, what's up? Joe Joe in the morning. I hope everybody's having a really, really good day. I'm kind of hid away upstairs in the bunk room right now. Um, got something good for you today. Really good for you today. All my life, I've kind of had this concept, and it was always stay away from people and things that will compromise where you're going. When a lot of you might not even know, but when I was young, I was a team roper, and I was really focused on roping, and I always tried to position myself to be around the best ropers, the best teachers, and just really keep my mind focused on my goal back then. As I got older and really started chasing the Lord, got in ministry, I've always tried to steer clear of people, circumstances, and situations that would pull me, number one, away from God, and number two, what God was calling me to do. And then when I got married, same thing. I'd always steer away from anybody that would try to get me off that path. When I became a dad, I wanted to be the best dad I could possibly be, and just really wanted to spend time with my kids and didn't let things pull me away that would compromise my walk and responsibility as a dad. And anything and everything that I've ever done, I tried to give my heart and my life to it. And so the number one thing you'll ever do in your life is your consecrated walk with God. It is your daily walk with the Lord. Recently, in our church, ever since January 1st, we've been in prayer every morning at 9 a.m. And man, it's made a difference just in my day-to-day life. And when you can consecrate yourself and form godly habits of the Word and the Bible, it changes things. Well, every day I do a few things. I spend time with the Lord. I work on our health coaching business. I work on YouTube. It's something I felt God called me to. I do some different things with different stocks. And I have a lot of different ministry friendships and then business friendships. And people are just my friends. And then, if I'm your friend, I will spend time to help steward those. And the thing is, you always have to stay clear of anything that would corrupt your character. I'm just telling you, when I pray that there would be a good old-fashioned morality revival in America. Morality. There were things that when I was young that were called mental illnesses are now normal. And so many times when someone has a struggle or a weakness, they try to label it as something that, in my mind, a lot of things are people having a weak mindset. They're not strong in the Lord. And when people are struggling with character and morality, they're never going to hit their destiny. I'm wearing my destiny shirt. I mean, my cap has a flag on it. America has a destiny. The destiny of America is not America being morally bankrupt. No, it's morality coming back and us being a pillar to the nations of the world. When people drop their character, lose their character, one thing leads to another. There's no such thing as plateauing in life. There's no such thing as plateauing. You don't just get to a level and stay there. I remember one time we're working out with this one guy. He didn't quite understand working out, so we're working out. And he said, hey, I wanted to lift this certain amount of weight, and I plateaued here, and I'm good. We're like, bro, you don't plateau. If you don't work out, you'll lose it. And so we were working out, and this guy, he got like 315. And we said, you want to keep working out with us? We're going to keep going. And he said, no, I'm good. So guy came back, probably about a month later. He walked in like, yep, I'm going to get that 315 today. I got tapped out at 245. Why? Because you're going up or you're going down spiritually. People say, oh, well, I'm good with my Sunday morning experience and that's it. No, you're spiritually bankrupt. It is a day-to-day walk with the Lord. People who have successful marriages, they're working on their marriage every single day. People that are good parents are working on their parenting every day. People that are doing good financially, they're looking at their businesses and their investments every day. They know what's going on. They know what they're doing. A friend of mine said, if you want to always be in abundance, be an expert in your field and you'll never do without. So anything and everything that I do, I try to be an expert in so I won't do without. Let's say that there's 10 plumbers in a city. The top 2 or 3 are never going to be without work. And so whatever you're good at, you're going to be in demand. If there's 10 restaurants in the town and the economy gets bad, the number 1 restaurant won't be going out of business. They're still going to be slinging what they sell, And so the other day I was driving by, people talking about the economy's bad. I drove by and I saw a Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A and Starbucks are always right by each other. And they both had a line that was so long because in their industries, they're good at what they do. Okay? And so what I'm talking to you about today is as you're growing with God, don't let your success get to a place that morally you start to back up. Don't ever get to a place that you let your character slip. I know a lot of people who've gotten certain businesses and man, they were on fire for God doing things. And as they started making more money, they quit praying as much and life got easier on them. And all of a sudden their verbiage is a little bit loose. Movies they watch, shows they watch, things they do for entertainment is a little bit loose. They used to preach against it and now they do it. And so success and extra finances, it reveals who you truly are. Some people say, oh, if somebody makes a lot of money, it'll mess them up. No, it won't mess them up. It will reveal who they really are. It will reveal what's inside of them, okay? And so one of the main things that I know is when you're full of morality and character, you don't ever have to defend yourself. Somebody came to me the other day, said, man, I heard this one thing about this minister. I said, first of all, I don't want to hear it. They said, man, okay. And so we kept talking, and they just blurted it out. They had to tell me. And I said, let me tell you something. I know that guy, and I can promise you that's not true. Years of knowing him, his character and his morality speaks for himself. Listen to me. Listen to me. Your character and your morality will speak for you more than your voice ever will. I'm just telling you, that's how it is. And so don't compromise who you are. I remember one time years ago, there was some ministers I knew, and they were getting to be well known, but they kind of started compromising some stuff, and they were doing a conference. Well, they asked me to come speak, and I just said, hey man, I'm honored. I'm very honored that you called me. I thank you. I'm honored. I'm not going to be able to make it. I didn't give an explanation. They're like, oh, you got something else? I said, no, I'm just not going to make it. They're like, okay. They asked one of my friends, and they said, yeah, we asked Joe Joe, but he wouldn't come. My friend called and said, hey man, how come you're not going? I just said, hey, I'll be honest, I don't feel a peace about it. And my friend said, I didn't feel a yes or no. It's a great opportunity. But if you got a check, I respect your character enough. I'm not going. Man, I heard there was some kind of just, a few things that went on at that conference that wasn't good. And over the next few months, unfortunately, those guys have kind of went away. One of them's tried to come back, and one of them's just never even hear about them anymore. It's really sad. And so there's times in life, and let me say this. When you partner with people, you need to partner with people in the season that they're in, not who they used to be. Okay? Hey, I got some dear friends in ministry that we ran really close years ago. And then for the last 2-3 years, we haven't ran that close. But the Lord is bringing us back in. It doesn't mean that it's wrong, that one's wrong, one's right. It just may mean that you were going on different paths at the time. The problem with a lot of people is they chase the spotlight. I've seen good people accept jobs for companies that they knew weren't good for them. And they made the big money. And one guy I'm thinking about, he made the big money. He lost his family. And I asked him, I said, you knew not to take that job. And he said, man, I was just chasing something I shouldn't have been, what I thought success was. Number one, success is who you are in the prayer room. Remember that, who you are in the prayer room. Number two, who your spouse and kids say you are. That's success. Everything else is pushed off to the side. Who you are in the sight of God and who you are in the sight of your immediate family. That's it. And everything else will fall into place. I'm just going to let you know a little something. If you're right with God and your immediate family, there's a favor and blessing that hits you. There's a favor and a blessing that hits you. Oh my goodness. Morale. And I got a lot of ministry friends that, like when they call me, they'll just say, hey Joe, man, I just want you to appreciate you, man. They didn't say anything about my preaching, prophecy, signs, wonders, miracles. You know what they say? We can tell you're a man of prayer, and we can tell by social media that your wife and kids are happy. All that other stuff is other stuff. Seems like you're doing good financially. I said, well, we work hard, pray hard. That's other stuff. Who you are with God is everything. That's your foundation. That is it. Who you are with God. And so I just want to let you know that you can build your character and morality for 20 years and you can lose it in 5 seconds. There's been times in my life when, everything I've ever done, I've got to hang out with people that I admired. And, a lot of times when I was around them, I was just like, I don't know about that. What I love about my apostle, Kim Malone, he's the real deal. Been around Apostle Dutch Sheets, real deal. My good friend, Apostle Ryan Lestrange, real deal. Apostle Ryan is the same at dinner, talking before service. We've done conferences together. He's the same. Prophetess Yolanda Perry, she's just the same. My kids call her Auntie. And when she's just hanging out with us, she's the same. Ministering, she's just the same. My good friend, revivalist Grady Watson, he's the same. He's just real. He's just himself. That's what we need, real people. One of the greatest compliments I ever got in my life, one of my daughters gave me this compliment. She said, Dad, you're the same at the dinner table as that you are when we're having, family swim night or hot tub night and got friends over or fishing, or the same behind the pulpit. You're just you. And that is one of the greatest compliments you'll ever have in your life. I've achieved some worldly things. They don't mean anything. I remember, I told you I was roping. I won a few state championships, man. I won a horse trailer roping. 51 buckles, 17 saddles, 2 state championship saddles. Gave them all away. Natural stuff. When I found what really mattered in life, God Almighty. Telling you, my friends, I love you guys. Morality and character is coming back. I love you guys.